We're just gonna sit here and listen to this music. Yeah. Some of my favorite movie music of all time. The Tron Legacy soundtrack. Yeah, listen to that. They really need an instrumental version of this song on the soundtrack, but I left the music up a little bit just so you could hear that, but I'm gonna go in. Turn that down a little bit. The music in this game isn't super loud, but this is possibly I hesitate to call it my favorite underrated game, but it's definitely up there. This is Tron Evolution, the game based on Tron Legacy, the movie. Yeah, it's that weird, but so this kind of serves as a prequel to the movie, and this is made by, put out by Disney and everything. It's not like a great game. Like, I mean, so I love it. I'm just gonna say I love this game for no damn reason. This is a little bit into the game. I mean, for a movie-based game, I mean, first of all, it's the Tron aesthetic that I love about it. Like, everything just looks amazing. So it's got all these parkour elements. So like you can hold, this is the PC version, playing with an Xbox controller. So you can hold this trigger, or the right trigger, to run. And as you see when I jump off these, the way they were glowing white like that, it means they give me energy for my discs. Because I have, so you got my different disc attacks, there's my basic, and then you got a strong attack. And then there's different types of strong attacks. I only have 2 right now, so I got a bomb one as well, where it explodes. But since there's no one there, I was just kind of wasting energy. So let's just go get some more. So now you can see my energy's gone there, so when I do that, he'll siphon. And you can upgrade yourself to siphon more at a time. And one thing that was cool about this game is you can jump into the multiplayer at any time. We're not going to do that now because there's no one playing the multiplayer, really, which is unfortunate. But if you can get some friends together, it could be fun to play. So these... I gotta watch this video first. But, so the leveling is persistent between the multiplayer and the single player. As you level up in either one, you take your same character into the other, and, you're already leveled. So there's Olivia Wilde from the movie. But, yeah, so this is kind of still fairly early on. This isn't a really long game. So I actually platinumed this game on my PlayStation. I played a lot of this. So this is your disc station. I can go here and I can access the multiplayer right here. Just go to the game grids. I can go to my grid loadout and customize my multiplayer. So you can see up in the right there, I got megabytes, which is my leveling abilities. So you can see things here costing megabytes. It's my points, which I do want to increase the rate in which I siphon energy. So, and I'll do that again because upgrading your health and your energy early on is a good early game task. This game can actually get pretty hard. I've played a lot of it, so I probably won't have any trouble here. But this game is also mad platformer. So I have this ability. If I hold the trigger here, this little arrow comes up, and press B, and it'll use this disc to launch off that. But as you can see, there's a lot of parkour elements to this game. And when you get good at it, you can actually go really quick, and it makes it a lot of fun. So these will launch you when you run up to them. Or I guess he launches off of them. It's not really launching him, but yeah. So you can see there's a lot of this kind of going on. It takes a little while to get used to when you first start playing, but I don't know. It's pretty simple. And then here's a little high-end play, I guess. It's been a little while since I played this, so could be some things I forget. This is I bought this on the PC a long time ago. It was like $7 or something. Yep. One thing that's good about this game is you may die a lot, but look how fast it reloads. That's real nice. And I personally don't think I should have died there. Okay, so that blue thing I just ran on, that would give me health. See, it goes away. It'll recharge after a while. But that gives you health when you run on them. Yeah, this game can be a little weird on, like, I totally was making contact with that and it didn't register it. So, like I said, not a perfect game, but I think the reason I like it is because I love Tron. Tron Legacy, I saw it in theaters. It was probably one of my favorite experiences going to the movies. Probably became one of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely in the top 5, somewhere up there. But alright, so here's some combat. But overall, like, the reason I like this game so much is it's just kind of a really decent brawler. Oh shit. So you get all your abilities, and here's a little example of that. Just launched my bomb disc. And there's also some melee. I can... Oh. Oh god. Yep. That'll happen. Oh, this part of the game is a little more platformy than most of it. Or a little more faulty or deathy, I should say. So I can switch discs on the fly, like the way I just kind of switched that one immediately. So if I hold my left trigger, I can do a block, and then I can counter when people hit me with their disc and get a strong attack on them like that. Get some more energy. Just gonna keep bombing that strong dude. Yeah, so I can actually do that ability too. Although that was supposed to do it right there. Maybe I have to be targeted. I don't know. Some energy might help. Yeah, I really enjoy the combat in this game. It's really simple. It does get really difficult. You have to learn what abilities are useful against which enemies, and that'll you run into different enemies all the time, so that's constantly changing. You have to mix up your tactics. Like you could be, I don't know if I'll unlock any more abilities here, but you unlock different disc abilities and like stasis to slow them down, and you'll have to fight multiple enemies with different disc abilities at the same time, so you have to keep switching. But like I was saying before, like the reason I like this game is not exactly because it's like a really well-made game. I think it's decent for what it is, for being a movie tie-in game especially. But just being in the world of Tron is so much fun in this game, and the combat can be pretty addicting. Oh, yep. Didn't think I grabbed that, and I ended up jumping. Oh man. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be like dead on with these. Alright. I don't need to jump this time. I mean, a lot of this parkour stuff, as long as you hit the points you need to hit, will take care of itself. I mean, you can pretty much just like tap the A button and, manage your way through. So I can throw them off too. Alright, so even though there are usually guides on the wall where you're supposed to wall run, even though there weren't guides there, it worked the best. So this is kind of if you've seen the movie, which it's a few years old by now, so hopefully you have. But these are all Clue's men, and this is kind of during the purge of the ISOs. And they do recreate the scene in the movie where Clue betrays Flynn to very poor extents. They got a really good Jeff Bridges sound alike. No actual Jeff Bridges. There is Nolan North, though. But your character actually never talks. They just call him, like, the program or whatever. Like, he actually has another name, too. I just forget what it is. It's like Anon, I think. So I can do up close things. Yeah, so speaking of that, so you can see how it's kind of taking a little while to kill these guys. It's mostly because I'm not real leveled up right now. This is only my first time through the game, and when I platinum this, I think I played through it 4 times is how many it took, because there's different difficulties that you unlock. You could do it 3 times, but I didn't know that you had to unlock another difficulty at one point. So in normal fashion, I had to play through it more times than I needed to, but some of the achievements are like, you can see how I'm like fighting these guys. It's like get 500 kills with your basic disc attack, so just going like that. and then it's get 500 kills with melee, get 200 kills on a light cycle, which is a lot of fun in multiplayer. But again, there's not really a lot of multiplayer going on in this game anymore, understandably. I don't know if it has to be ranked or private, but if you can get some friends together, you can probably grind that out. There are levels in the game where you can get like 2 light cycle kills at a time. So if you're really dedicated and wanted to get, you know, the S rank or the platinum nowadays, I mean, you could do that. You don't actually need, you know, I think there are actually multiplayer specific trophies. I'd have to double check that, but not entirely sure. But most of those, you know, this game, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy trophy-wise, but just kind of a grind. The camera seems a lot more finicky on this PC version than I remember it being normally. Yeah, so there's kind of some basic combo-driven stuff in this game, like that disc to melee attack is one of the first things you learn. And the game gives you a really good tutorial. Like, every time you meet a new enemy type, they're telling you how to fight them, and there I go. And in the beginning of the game, they're running you through all this stuff fairly well. And quickly. One thing I really like about this game, everything is handled very quickly. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I mean, I'm a real impatient guy when it comes to games. I hate tutorials. I just skip them. I'd rather just figure out how to work the game myself. And I get irritated when a game doesn't let me skip it. Sorry, I'm just looking around for some collectibles as I'm running through here. There are different things to collect for, like, you know, concept art and stuff like that. But there's trophy side to it, so, you know, I go for it. Alright, so yeah, see, I just leveled up there, so I got some more megabytes that I can put into points, but oh yeah, see, that guy's got a bomb disc. The bomb disc just, like, destroys. I need health before someone hits me. Yeah, so throwing off platforms and stuff seems to give you some stronger hits. I'm pretty sure these guys are, it's best to attack them with counters, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's countered in the strong disc, so. Yep, that works pretty well. Oh, jeez. There are some direct references to the movie later on in the game. They're kind of well done. You do get on the grid eventually for like a little bit, and you fight in an arena like similar to that in the movie. There's multiplayer arenas based right out of the movie, which are really cool. There's even a DLC one that is from the first movie, like the actual really cheesy looking 80s graphics grid, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, so now here I can wall run after the jump. I just love the look of this game. Like, I think that's one. It sounds stupid to keep coming back to a game because of the way it looks, but I mean, the combat's worth it for me. But I mean, I am that big of a Tron fan that I love the way the Tron world looks and getting to play through it and everything. Oh, jeez, I did not mean to jump through that. Good thing I made it. But just, you know, I love it, so I would take a sequel to this game, honestly. Even if it was, like, you know, only slightly better. They could, you know, tell a good story in it. The storytelling, you know, it's good because it fits into the fiction, but, you know, the way it's all told and everything is not particularly great. Cutscenes have kind of, you saw a little bit of it earlier, but they have kind of bad animation. Yeah, see, that's awesome. Yeah, see, this is how it should go. Just murking these dudes. Need some energy. Oh, let go too early. dead. Yeah, so it's a basic, you know, light, heavy attack, X and Y on the controller. B is your melee, A is jump. R is kind of like Assassin's Creed in the way it's your melee. Or your, not your melee, but your parkour. My bad. And just recharge a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what this game is what you see. It's just, you know, it's a lot of this. Man, it's really unfortunate that the multiplayer is not up and running. Oh shit. Because the multiplayer was a lot of fun. It was kind of where this game shined. We're literally just thrown into these like 8-on-8 battles, and you can just at any time jump on a light cycle, and it looked just like it did in the movie where they jump in the air and the cycle forms around them, and you start driving and taking out guys, and it was just a lot of fun. You could throw up your trails and have guys run into them, and you could jump out of your bike over people's trails. It was a lot of fun. And you don't really get anything like that in the single player. I mean, you get a little bit of everything. There's tanks in the game, and, you know, people would use those in multiplayer, but I don't think they ever did that well, or people did well with them. Personally, just the bomb disc like that would just destroy anybody. Especially when you're leveled up to level 50, which, you know, 3 times through the game, and you should be. Oh, yep, there's a recognizer. But yeah, I mean, look, I mean, there's a fucking recognizer just landing there. This is fantastic. Yeah, just, you know, I want to take a look at some underrated games, and this is one of my favorite underrated games. I mean, it's one of those games I would go home and play every night, and then, you know, me and my friends would talk about the games they were playing, and I'd be talking about Tron Evolution, and they're like, what are you doing? And you know what? Screw it. I enjoy it. You know, not the best game out there, but it's a lot of fun. If you're as much of a Tron fan as me, I would say it's a must-play. It's not going to blow your mind, but you should have some fun with it. This recognizer's going to keep dropping off dudes. Yeah, so I think we're going to take a look at some other games. I'm not quite sure which ones yet. I have some ideas of some games I want to look at, but I want to take a look at just some games that I feel are underrated for myself, and then maybe some other games that other people find underrated. And okay, yeah, so here's a new way on a new ability. So I think it just introduced, yeah, so I got a new disc. I guess I'll show this real quick. So this guy, he's obviously really quick. He's giving me all of this run around, so I can hit him with the stasis disc. That slows him down, unless he blocks it apparently. Oh, okay, so yeah. I had to use the other ability where you gotta hold the trigger and do it. Yeah, so I'll show you. Might as well show you this real quick. First I need to get some health and some energy. So this is kind of how it goes when you run into a new enemy. Alright, so I use my... if you hold the trigger is how you do some of your... Like, you have other abilities with all of your discs. Like, that's how I was throwing out the circle of discs before. So if I hold R and then hit the strong attack button is how I get stuff like that. Otherwise, it's just a throw that has that ability tied onto it, such as heavy, bomb, or stasis. But yeah, that's gonna call it for this Tron Evolution, the game. Like I said, there's some other games I might want to take a look at. Always willing for suggestions of other games that people find underrated that even if I've never played before, it'll be a nice experiment just for me to even play them. So probably going to ask around, and if you want to, feel free in the comments to suggest a game. Maybe I'll take a look at that one too. You know, something on PC is a little easier. Hey, there's a clue. But I do have a capture card, so, you know, just let me know. And this has been Tron Evolution, which will be the first entry in my most underratedest game feature.